Hello, everybody. This is Jimmy for Nintendo Weekly, along with
MegaManDust.
bringing you a special edition E3 presentation today. As you've seen before, we've been doing different little videos here and there, showing you everything from the digital event, the complete digital event, along with the Nintendo Minute at E3. And now we just saw Splatoon not too long ago, and now we are waiting to see what will be coming up next. What would you like to see next, man?
I don't know. I really want them to talk about more about the next Zelda. I don't know if it's ready enough for them to talk more about it, but something.
Yeah, I think. Well, Aonuma said that they were gonna present and they were gonna talk about. They're gonna have Zelda at E3 this year. So I'm sure I'm crossing my fingers. It'll be more than just that glimpse video that we saw earlier today, which it was amazing. And it's like I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I mean, it was amazing.
It was. That's probably something they're going to end with if they do. Sadly,
Yeah.
that would be if I were going to end it. I'd drop the mic and walk with that.
Well, at least it won't be like E3. What was it, like 6 years ago when they gave a glimpse of Skyward Sword. What Miyamoto did back then, it was just a closed door. Numa Miyamoto, they had a closed door press conference. They just select a few. They invited them in, and they just showed them the poster with Phi, a Phi figure, and that was it. And it's like, oh, by the way, this is our new Zelda game. This is the concept. It's like, okay, what else? Nothing. Just look at the poster.
Yeah, that'd be sad. So what? Guess next probably we're gonna talk about Yoshi.
And there is Miyamoto right there.
Oh, speak of the fellow.
Mm-hmm.
Did they mention his new IP at all? He's supposed to be working on something, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be working on new IP, so hopefully we'll find out in 42 seconds what next IP. Oh, that thing looks almost like,
A mech.
yeah, kind of reminds me of a mix between that reminds me of that game that launch title that didn't do that well, but I heard it was really fun. Oh gosh, oops, I forgot a little bit. Anyway, there was a launch title for the Wii U. There was also mech like that, and it didn't fare that well. It did so terrible. I didn't remember the name.
I'm afraid it escapes me as well.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we'll probably find out in 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Why are the two guys doing it?
Hey, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse live at E3. I'm extremely pleased to introduce a very special guest to the stage for this segment. We have Miyamoto-san here to show us some special projects that he's been working on at our offices in Japan. Also joining me, I have Bill Trinan here, who'll be doing translation, and Ed, who's also from the Treehouse. So I'll let you get us started.
Yes, please.
はい、それでは始まりましょうか。
もうやりますか
Shall we go?
We
can
go.
Yes.
僕 E3 にはWii U のね新しい仕組みいろいろ持ってきたんですけども、まず Wii U をリビングでいろんな楽しみ方をしてもらえることを説明に来ました。
So we brought a number of games here to E3 that are taking advantage of the Wii U gamepad. But one of the things that I've been spending my time on is really making Wii U a device that's going to be much more convenient for you to have connected to your TV in the living room.
Wii U ゲームパッドを使ったね遊びをいっぱい持ってきたんですけど、その前にシステムを少しこの間更新したんですよね。
So we did bring all of these games that use the Wii U gamepad, but before that I want to just touch on the Wii U system update that we just released.
で6月3日に更新したので、これでゲームパッドは持つといつでもパッと画面が出て、でこの間まで遊んでたゲームを選んですぐに立ち上げられるようになったので非常に快適になったと思います。
So we just released this update for Wii U on June 3rd, and what it does is it makes it so that you can just turn the gamepad on instantly, and that has a quick start menu that gives you quick access to the games that you've been playing recently. Makes Wii U much easier to use and much more convenient to have in your living room.
ついでにWii Fit U のねフィットメーターもすごく短い時間でダウンロードできるようになりましたし。
So you also, if you're using your, for example, your Wii Fit U Fit meter, it makes it very easy for you to upload your data very quickly.
からまたピクミンなんですけどピクミンもねピクミン3のままなんですけども、新しいパッチでゲームパッド専用の操作を今度配信します。
And of course it's E3, so I have to talk about Pikmin, but we did just release a new patch for Pikmin 3. The game is still the same, but we introduced a new play control that uses only the touchscreen on the Wii U gamepad.
でそれをね試してもらうと初めての人も遊びやすいし、結構今までの操作に慣れた人も新しい記録が出ると思います。
And so this new control scheme is very nice for people who are first-time players of Pikmin. It's easy for them to pick up and play. But also, I think people who've been playing the game, if you start using this new control scheme, you're going to find that maybe you've got a chance to improve your scores even more.
はい、それよりも今日はね、このジャイアントロボですね。
So now that I've done with that, I'd like to move on and talk about this first project, Giant Robot.
このジャイアントロボットと今日はザ・ガード、プロジェクトガードというのを紹介するんですけども、今日ちょっと一部の場所でね、これと一緒にスターフォックスも公開しました。
So these two games that I'm going to show you here at Nintendo Treehouse Live, Project Giant Robot and Project Guard, we introduced to a small group just a couple of days ago, along with another game that I'm working on, which is a new Star Fox game for Wii U.
じゃあ僕ジャイアントロボット説明するんですけど、さっきね気がついたらジャイアントロボットのスタッフが来てるんですね、会場に。
Oh, so yeah, I wanted to talk about Giant Robot here today, but what I just realized is I've actually got someone from the development team here, so I'm going to have him come out and help out.
で、僕が説明するより彼が操作した方が絶対うまいと思うので。
So I think he can probably play for me a little bit better than I could play while I'm trying to explain. So I'm going to have him come out and play the game for us.
アートディレクターの田中君です。
This is Mr. Tanaka. He is the art director for Project Giant Robot.
絶対僕より上手なので。
He's definitely better at the game than I am.
ジャイアントロボットはね、ゲームパッドがロボットの体だと思ってください。で、大きなロボットの体に自分が乗り込んで、でこう体を動かしてる。
So with Project Giant Robot, what you need to do is think of the gamepad as the robot's body. You're using that to control the upper torso of this giant robot, and you, the player, are riding inside the cockpit, which happens to be inside the giant robot's head.
でこう両方の腕をスティックでいじります。
And then what you do is as you're leaning, you use the left and right control sticks to control the left and right arms of the giant robot.
とりあえずまず優しい敵が出てくるので倒してみましょう。
So this first level, there's a very simple enemy that he can fight against.
でコックピットから自分が見てるんですね、景色が。
What we see here on this lower screen, we see the Wii U gamepad screen. That gives you a first-person view from the cockpit inside the robot's head.
ちょっと足元の弾をレーザーで撃ってみましょうか。
And you can see these little kind of robot balls rolling around on the ground, and you can shoot those with a laser by aiming with the Wii U gamepad.
じゃあ戦ってみます。
Okay, so let's have him fight.
これね、単に倒すだけでいいんです。相手に倒されたら負け、倒したら勝ち。
The rules are simple. If you knock your opponent over, you win. If you fall down first, you lose.
Very good.
What's this? I missed it.
Giant robot.
Oh, lovely.
You have to stand up as soon as you have to play it,
ランダムにね
because the robot is controlled with a gyroscope.
So the enemies that
So
appear
it
they
bends
appear
back with
randomly.
you,
So we'll see
and the
what comes up in
arms
this
of the
next
robot
stage.
are moved with a joystick. So punch, move arm. You watch him play.
Oh, wow.
It's so much fun designing the robots.
Oh, that seems different.
ちょっとかっこいいですね。なん
Kinda
か
cool.
That's not
順
too
調に行く
cool.
はずなんですけどね。
He was
Oh,
supposed to
and a
win
new
that
Star Fox
round.
game for the Wii U announced.
I missed that.
Didn't show anything. He just
So he'll win the
mentioned
next
it.
round for
Like,
sure.
yes. Everyone clapped,
できるだけね、体をこう前にかがめてる方が、
but no Metroid.
So yeah, when you're playing, there's an advantage to sort of leaning
Well,
your
we had
robot
two
forward.
Metroid games for the
It helps you
Wii.
lower your center of
Yes, Other M was another Metroid game,
It was an other Metroid game.
but it was
I want
Metroid.
something more.
gravity. Control the robot,
prime
press the L
time, if you
button,
catch
and the
my
R button
drift.
moves forward and move backwards.
It was a
And that's
Metroid
also
game.
important for
So we
rotating
have
the
two
mouse.
for the 4 if you count the trilogy remakes for Wii U, and then we have
Oh, there we go.
then no Star Fox games. So I think Star Fox should be coming out first.
It's also key to use the combination of leaning together with the
That
punches
looks so
to get leverage
awkward
over
and
your opponent and knock him down like he's on the stairs.
this Godzilla.
これ日本に相撲がありますよね。で、マーシャルアーツとかレスリングではね、倒れ方
He also mentioned another thing he was working on, like some Project Guard or something Guard.
So these rules are very close to
I
sumo.
haven't shown that
You
yet
knock
either.
someone over, you win. In other martial arts or wrestling, you can knock someone down and keep fighting on the ground, but in this game it's fall over and you lose. Oh.
ないみたいです。
Hey, you guys aren't cheering enough.
じゃあちょっと
How funny. Who's that guy playing?
じゃ
The
あ
art director
あ
for
の
the
ちょ
game.
っとこっちへ来て、じゃあ最初ねちょっとエディットする画
So
面
what's
が
it
出て
called?
きま
Just
したよ
giant
ね。
robots?
So at
That's
the
the way
beginning, you may
they name
have noticed
so
that there
far.
was there
Thus
was a
far.
customization
Very
screen.
Japanese. I like
こっ
it.
ち
Giant robots.
はい。じゃあエディットをちょっと
Exclusively to
その
Wii.
画面見ながら説明してくだ
So
さい。
take a look at that edit screen, and we'll explain what you're
It's
doing.
weird because I think it'd be a perfect fit for the
これ
Kinect.
ね、体に
That would be an
左右
awesome
の
game for
バスでできてるんですけどね。
But of
So the
course, you know,
robot's body
Microsoft
is made up of
doesn't
about
have
13 different parts.
the ingenuity to think about something like this,
体が好きな部分
like
に入れ
Nintendo
替えて
does.
でサイズを自由に変えられる。
So you can
Point
swap
taken.
these parts out, and you can adjust the size independently for each individual part.
で、例えば足を大きくするとこけにくいんですけども、前に進みにくくなる。
And so what you can do, for example, is you can make the feet really large, and that'll improve your balance and make it harder for you to fall over. But in
But-
turn, what that does is it makes it harder for you to walk and move forward.
で、これを
So you gotta find a perfect balance.
そろそろ遊んでみましょうか。
Not that
Okay,
hard
so we'll finish making the robot, and then we'll start playing.
で
Please
これ
wait.
ね、インターネットで対戦なんかすると、いろん
Well,
な人の
good morning,
どんな
Dave.
ロボットが出てくるか楽しみですよ。
That's
So
so
when
how
you take
to
the game
that.
and you play it online, you can see all of the different robots that different people have made.
So this is local or multi?
I've had a lot of fun making the robots,
You
but
said
I made some
you
that
can
are
play
really
online. I'm
impractical,
assuming
but I
this
love the way
is
they look.
multi-online.
そうですよね。そういうパーツを使ってロボットを作る上でなかなか
Oh, more
使いにくいロボットを作ってもかっこいいっていうやり方もあります
そうですね。かっこいい
These controls are rather awkward.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean,
making
it
cool
looks like they will
robots,
have a
but it's
learning
also fun
curve.
making useful
Yeah, you
Probably.
gotta make
We
sure
saw the guy
that it actually works.
Moving so slow.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Especially giant robots. I mean,
Stage 2 is the robot beat
like
down.
in the screen, all of
これなんか
like the Sark.
電球みたいなのがついてますね。
I mean, the Rancor monster.
Got a GameCube thing on his head.
He keeps looking down.
頑張れ頑張れ頑張
Turn
れ頑
the
張れ。
bodies and then you over for the punch.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
あれ
Ah, I can't see the
Cool,
action.
though. It looks like it's more a slightly physics-based
Oh
game.
yeah, back up.
Yeah.
Back up. Keep
It's
that
kind of
balance.
cool.
Oh, you can stand back
Keep
up.
He
down.
keeps moving the pad forward, so his character is all
Punch.
hunched down.
Come on,
Well, it's
cheer
2 against 1. That's
on.
the best way to keep the balance.
Yeah.
Just out.
Oh, he goes.
Nice, nice, nice.
Oh,
I
nice.
feel like they're marionettes. Like someone's like,
Yeah.
Turn around. Turn around.
go.
That's pretty cool concept.
Just give him in
actually.
the rear. Kick him.
Yeah, don't bend over that with you.
Oh,
This isn't prison.
good job. You've got one more to go.
Stretch the arm. Come on, stretch the arm. Nice.
Nice. Good job. Awesome.
よかったね。はい。じゃあもう次のね、なんか質問。
Do you have any questions or?
Oh, I'd love to talk more about the different kind of pieces we've
When's
got.
it coming to
Some of it
Xbox?
looks like really standard robot
Oh.
parts, but when I was playing around with Creation, I found some really neat
By,
pieces that I would normally expect to see on
It'll
a
be coming
robot.
out on Xbox by 2035.
パーツを見てみると、
Oh, I can wait.
通常のロボット的なパーツもあったりして、それ以外にもなんか
ありますよ
ロボットになりそうなものでもないのにすごい面
そうそう
白いパーツ
なんかす
も入ったり
ごい可愛らし
してますね
い気持ち悪い顔とか。
Yeah, there's some that you can use to make really cute but kind of creepy looking robots too.
切り飛ばして
Make
Cute
the
but
heads
freaky.
gigantic.
Yeah, I cannot wait to play more of this game. It's awesome.
And there's even Russian Matryoshka dolls that you can use to
Yeah.
build your robots as well.
I made one that was like all those, just all the pieces. It was
それ
terrifying
全
to
部
look
使
at. It
っ
was
たロボッ
awesome.
トを一つ作ってすごい怖かったです。
I think
I was gonna say translate, man, because Miyamoto is all lost in the
男の子
conversation.
もね、ロボット作るのワクワクすると結構女の子も好きなんですよね、こういうの。
So yeah, I think a lot of people have an impression that guys like to play with robots and make robots, but what we found is that a lot of women seem to like this game a lot too and like designing the robots and making them as well.
Well, you've seen my desk. It's all robot toys.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous. Like there's room for my computer and then it's all
私の
toys.
机はもう全部ロボットの玩具ばっかりで。
Oh.
Oh, like toys.
Well, we know in Japan we have a special line of children toys. That's what they're
まあそういう
marketed as.
遊び上でバランスを使
Yeah,
っ
that's why they
た
have
パンチをするっていう遊びになっ
Shapes
てま
and
すけれども、
figures of dolls
そう
and
いう
everything because they're
作
marketed
り
as
ながら
children
そ
toys.
れどう組み込むかっていうことももう常に考えてるんでしょうかね。
Of course, the adults know what they're for, so they don't buy for the kids.
Mommy, please. That guy has no
なが
mic.
らモデル
No,
作る。
no, I was gonna say it's like,
So yeah, it's a little bit
yeah,
less about the impact
yeah,
of the
well,
punch and
must
a little
be
bit more about the
Reading his
motion
lips
of the leverage.
because
So sometimes you may be putting your arm out and using that leverage of the balance to then kind of tilt the opponent over, or swinging up from down below to
Let's
knock
look
that
at those
opponent
cool
back
buttons he
using
has.
the
All
leverage.
Mario
こ
related.
の E3 に持ってきたバージョンはね、
That's
足は
a
動かないん
squid.
ですけども、
That's
本
the
当はね、
from
足も操作できるんですよ。
Yeah, in the
Splatoon.
E3 version, you
But
can
this is
only
the squid, you know,
punch.
from
You can't independently
Mario.
move your legs. But in the version that we're working on back at the office, you have the ability to kick as well. So
Awesome.
you can lift your legs and kick individually.
I want to work
each
for
leg.
Nintendo. I don't care if I
What
clean
a
floors. I
high-tech-
want to work at
Yeah,
Nintendo.
I feel like we should also say that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go-
That'd be
so
pretty
yeah,
cool.
it makes it very
From a
fun, but
Treehouse
it
looks
also
so
knocks you off balance fairly
pristine.
easily as well
Right.
with using the kicks.
I feel like we should also say that these are unfinished projects. I mean, these are things that we're getting this sneak peek. just
Actually,
behind
Miyamoto looks
behind
more
the
punk than all
minds
those
of some of our
Looks
game
more what?
masters.
でまあ
It's
これ
more
はまだ開発
Yeah.
中のもので結構初期段階で見られるっていうのはみんなにとっては特別な機会なんですね。
そうですね。
Yeah,
楽しみ
the
に
two
してた
Japanese guys
Yes, I hope
looks,
you'll all be
guys
looking
look
forward to
trendier
playing
than
these when they're
Yeah.
The
done.
Americans, yeah.
Wait.
This is exciting.
いや、もう一つ見せましょうか。
So we have one more game that we'd like to show you.
次はね、このプロジェクトガードなんですけどもね。
This is called Project Guard. Thank you, Tanaka-san.
Thanks.
Project
また
Cars.
林さん、また
guard.
So
デ
for
ィレクターが
Card?
来てま
Project
す。
Guard, I'm going to
Guard.
invite
Oh,
Hayashi-san,
Guard,
who is director on the project out,
はい。
to come help out.
今のロボットのゲームもね、
Welcome up.
He's very nervous.
すごい緊張してナーバスになってます。
Very,
Don't
very
drop the
nervous.
gamepad.
さっきのロボットのゲームもみんなで応援するね。だからWii U のゲームってこうリビングで一人で遊んで楽しいだけじゃなくて、周りで見てる人も一緒に遊べるっていうふうに思って作ってるんですけども。
So as you saw with Project Giant Robot, it's a game that's very easy for everybody who's here to cheer on the person who's playing. With a lot of the Wii U games that we brought to E3, we've got a big focus on not just the person who's playing the game in the living room, but also the other people in the living room who might be sitting alongside that player watching him play and being able to look at the TV screen and participate in the gameplay that way.
でこのゲームはね、もっとみんなの応援が必要なんですね。
And so this next game,
Feels like,
Project Guard, is
what
going to
happened?
require even more
I've
help.
I've
from
never
the
seen
audience.
any of
I
this.
thought I was developing for the Xbox.
これ上の画面
What an
見ますと
interesting
分かる
contraption.
こ
What
れ
is this?
このような
So if you see the
He
TV
pull- he
screen
pulls out
here,
a
it looks
pocket
something
Wii U
like a
Pro.
security room.
I use this to play.
セキュリティルームに12個のカメラがあります。
And you've on the monitor, you see the images from 12 different cameras on this one screen.
でカメラがこの
The
一
heck?
つの迷路を守ってるんですね。
Fulfill your
So you're
fantasies.
using these
Play
cameras
as a
to
minimum wage
protect
security
your
guard
base,
in a
which is
mall.
this little maze that you see down on the Wii U gamepad screen.
で彼はこのコントロールルームで一
Those are
人でカメラを切り替えながらレーザーでこう攻撃する。
So he's left alone in the control room of this base, and
Oh,
he's got to
maybe it was
control
just
the
a shadow
cameras,
that
which
seemed
can
like
shoot
the
lasers
Star Fox
to
logo.
protect the base from invasion.
でこのカメラを好きなところに自分で配置できるんです。
So before you begin, you can position your cameras. You can choose where you want them to be.
Oh, it's like a
adjust
tower
their
defense
positions
game,
and
but
their
with
angles,
cameras.
and before you begin.
I'd have one camera watching another camera.
See, look,
Just
Star Fox.
to be sure.
切り替えは全部
There's
この
Yeah.
タッチで操作でやる。
And all of the switching between cameras and the positioning can be done using the Wii U gamepad touchscreen.
でこれ
Oh, 5.
Camera go,
Five there.
camera go. 何かが来てる。
Five and
Six.
six.
あ、キャ
カメラが
メラ
5番に来てる。いきなり5番に来てる。
6.
6.
あ、キャメラ4。
4番4番4番4番。
Please don't tell me that the next Star
Oh,
Fox
four and
game
one.
is gonna be reduced to a tower defense game.
Oh,
This is Star Fox. This is guard.
Oh,
Oh, no,
Makes
we
them
did.
separately.
Nice. Oh, number 1.
Because it looks like it's
One.
part of the Star Fox universe.
青い
Oh, 3.
I disagree.
Oh, he's there. Oh, he's still good.
Doesn't look like
So we just
Star.
saw the blue robot.
They have Star Fox.
He's got to come
The
up on
blue
another
ones are
camera.
What's it called?
attackers.
Oh,
でこ
camera
の
2.
アタ
Oh,
ッカー
there.
を
12.
このルールで今5ダイヤつけたら勝ちなんですけ
Nice.
ど、
Oh.
So in this easy
The Star
level,
Fox
if
logo.
you shoot 5 of the attacker
I
robots,
just-
you
well,
clear
on
the
what?
level.
Oh, camera
Are the
2.
cameras?
Yeah. I told you it has the Star Fox logo on the cameras.
鳥が来ました。
Oh, let's walk then.
この鳥はね、
Yeah, there's
5.
Falco.
後で説明しましょう。
No, this bird robot. I'll explain that later. 4の鳥が来た。
Oh, it's a bird in 4.
Oh, nice.
危ない危ない。
Oh, it's a bird in 10.
はい、10番から鳥が
Oh, there's a bird that's at
こ
the
の鳥はね、
at
カメ
camera
ラを
10.
持っていってしまうんですよ。
Guys, this guy is
That
awful.
bird
He's the
robot will
developer of
take
the game.
cameras and pick them
He's
up
got
and
it.
carry
I
them
mean,
off.
think the developers can play better. It's like I just
The developer doesn't even play test it.
持っていく持っていく持っていく。
Oh,
よし、
Oh
鳥返し
no,
ます。
four is down.
oh, camera 4 is down.
See, 12. Got somebody pretty close in.
12番も。
12番、
キャメラ1。
12番。
キャメラ
Hello,
1
aim.
ください。
Oh, 9's got a couple
Nice.
coming in. Oh,
10
number 9
番、10番、
and
10番
10.
camera
10
10.
番
Oh,
This is a different type of tower defense, and I like it. It's more frantic, so you have to be cycling to different cameras.
あと1台
Is he pressing each one
06
to
has some
access it?
pre-close
Or
numbers.
how's
Yeah, it
it-
looks like you
oh,
change
they're just everywhere now.
between each camera.
Oh, he's there.
And
Back to the closest
what I like
camera.
about it,
何番
what makes it different than your typical tower defense games is that
Seven.
oh shoot,
No, no, no.
is that with typical tower defense games, everything works at the same time that you place. Now here it's only one at a time, and you have to cycle
まだ時
for
間あり
what
ます
you
か
want
もうちょっ
Do
と
we
難
still
し
have
い
time? I
the
think,
camera you wanna
we
use.
have a little more time.
これね今
Play again.
Oh my gosh.
このルートでやられました
So afterwards, it shows you the route that the robot took
で
to get
ゲ
to
ー
the
ムパ
center
ッド
of
の
your
画面
base.
には今どういう順序で敵が攻めてきたか見えるんですね
And then on the Wii U gamepad, you can see the order and the timing with which all the robots appeared.
はいじゃあもう一回ちょっとね一番難しいのを彼がやってみます
So now he's going to try the hardest level.
He could barely do the easy level. Now he wants to try the hardest level.
There's so much going on when you get to the hard difficulty.
That destroy 10. That one looks mean. That black one.
いろんなロボットが入ってきて難しくなりますよね。
I think I need
これ
more
ね
people around
ま
here.
た説明しますいろんなさっきの鳥はねカメラをこうやって加えて持っていくんですね
Yeah, so the bird robot that you saw before, that'll actually pick up your camera and take it, and you won't be able to use it
Oh,
anymore.
number one. Oh, two and three.
We got coupled in two.
Uh,
Oh, and you got one of the
Ah,
little
黒いのい
red
ますよ
robots
ね
there.
and that black robot that you see on camera 2,
で黒いロボットはレーダーに映らないんですよ
that,
ね
that
ステルス
robot doesn't appear on your radar
Oh.
on
Ale, ale,
the
ale.
Wii U gamepad screen.
Nice. Oh,
That's a
four.
stealth robot.
あいつはカメラで探さないとダメですね
So you've got to look for him up
Oh,
on the
one,
monitor.
number one. Number one.
ワンワンワンワン
Oh,
中へ入って
Oh, five's got a bird.
Freak out.
5番に鳥がいる5番に鳥が
Oh, there goes that camera. That camera's been taken out.
Number five's out.
5番はステルスはいます
UFO UFO
Dang.
Oh, that was a UFO.
UFO が来てカメラどっか持ってってしまうんですよ
The UFOs will also appear and pick up your cameras and take them away.
Oh, number six has
それから
a.
あと赤いタンクが出てくるんですよタンクはカメラを攻撃して壊してくるんですね
Is this totally a multiplayer game because you need help from people around you to tell you, hey, look at camera 6 or look at camera 8 or whatever, you know?
12, 12,
Oh, yeah.
12.
There's
Oh,
the
yeah.
tank.
タンク
Doing
12番
pretty good on
タン
my
ク
own,
Oh,
actually.
he's gonna.
He's just kind of slow.
Nice.
Almost. Oh gosh,
Oh my
10
gosh,
and
there's a
9
lot
have
of
a bunch of
3 番
folks in them.
鳥が鳥があ
10番、10番、
10番10番10番
10番。あ、いっぱいあります。
The ultimate 12 monitors.
Oh, there's a bird in
あ、
9.
10番。
Oh, that one took out 3 cameras, that
3
ball.
番。
Nine's got a
3
bird.
番3番
Samba.
Oh, cameras.
I go, Copacabana.
あ
Oh, he's got the nines walking away.
Oh, it's like, what?
Oh.
これなんか今緊張してますって言ってますけ
He's,
ど
I told you he was very nervous.
Why do I
で
feel bad
こ
for
れ
the robots?
ねさっきここからやられましたよね
So we see here the route where the robot snuck in.
手振ってますけど
Oops.
でこのデータ
Dang.
ですあれにやられたんですね
And then you can see on the data here when the robot appeared and which one got in and got into your base and got to the center.
このデータ誰が作ったんでしたっけ
So who created this pattern for the enemies to appear?
これ
We did.
すごい簡単にエディットできるんですね
So this screen lets you edit the robot patterns very simply.
でこれは彼が絶対誰にも負けないデータを一生懸命作ったんですけども
So he spent a lot of time editing the data and choosing a robot invasion pattern that he thought he'd be able to definitely beat.
それに自分がやられました
But then
Plus, you-
he
I
wasn't
wonder
able
if
to
you
do
can
it.
create these
That means it was
patterns
a
and
good
upload them, and your
design.
friends can take them.
まあ良いデザインはできたっていう意味なんですね。
何か反省を
That would be cool if you could, you know, like create a patterns like, hey, take on this, you know, kind of challenge or something.
Yeah, I think I needed a little more help from the audience pointing out the cameras.
なんか応援してもらったけどなんかいっぱい言われてわからなかった
Yeah, but there were a lot of people cheering and yelling cameras out, but I think it got confusing and maybe he didn't know where to go.
どうしましょうもう一回やりますかもう
Oh, he
Should
just
we go
stinks.
through one more round?
Telling me he
Yeah,
understands
I'd
all that
say
English?
for
I know.
Let's do it.
はい
今回こそお願いします。
これで
This time he's definitely going to do it.
じゃあもう一回みんな応援してください
Okay, so we'll need everybody to help out this time for sure.
Alright.
Yeah, does he know his numbers in English 1 through 12?
He's a programmer. I'm pretty sure he knows that.
Two,
Five before the start. 2 and
camera
3.
2,
Yeah.
camera 3,
カメラ2、3。
camera 2と camera 3。
looks like two.
1、はい、camera 4。
Oh, camera one.
2はステルスがいます。
He's translating in Japanese for him, so he doesn't know his numbers in English.
You got a stealth robot
Oh,
on
camera
camera
9.
2 there. Camera 9ですね。
はい。
Far.
4
Oh,
番。
of course,
4番、
it
4 番。
close.
Camera 4.
Nice. Oh, number one.
yeah.
What? Oh, get him.
Oh,
Nice.
The guys are pointing like
I'm
right
like-
there, right there.
Unless it doesn't show anything on the gamepad, I would just look at the gamepad. Too much time doing this.
Yeah.
あ、ステ
There
ル
you
ス
go.
が。
Oh, number one's got a bunch coming through.
There's a stealth robot
Camera
there
9,
too.
camera
Of
9.
course, oh, that's the
Yeah.
camera on with the camera too. Because they said the black guy didn't show up on the radar.
これ
Maybe
は
he just shows up on the TV,
爆弾を
not the
Oh,
camera on
camera
the console.
When a
11.
bomb
Yeah,
falls, you can see the
Yeah,
smoke comes
maybe.
out to
あ
obscure
6
your
番
view.
6番にタンク6番タンク
6番。
あ
Camera 6 has a tank. Uh-oh.
Camera
Camera
two?
6 is out.
Camera two.
If your cameras get shot, it'll take them a while, but they'll eventually repair themselves.
2番
2番、2番。
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh,
Dang,
camera
he's
10.
using a lot of
Also
cameras.
sneaking in.
Camera 4 is totally out. It's not even,
10
not
番10番
even
10番
down.
10番10番
Oh yeah, it is.
Totally
あれ
It's a bird in 9.
inoperative.
9番は鳥がいます。あ、鳥は9番取ってしまった。
9
あ、UFO も
あ
来る。
UFO 来る UFO 来た
Oh, probably an alien UFO
So we
took
got
it.
that.
Oh,
No.
failure. Look at this, it's like all dancing.
As
Oh,
you can see, the
yeah.
heart level is
Good job,
back to
Rob.
normal.
本当に緊張してるみたい
Yes, he's very nervous.
It was a mini Rob.
What's hard to be for the robots? Where they look so happy when they win. It's not bad when they win.
まあロボットが勝って
Skynet
も
said.
ロボットが
That's what Skynet said.
打ったりもするんで、まあ別に悪いことではないんですよね。
Yeah, I love being taunted by Rob right now. So that's
そう
great.
ファミコンのロボットみたいな形をしたもので、なんかトンとされるっていうのが面白いですね。
あ
Oh, it's not Rob.
Actually, it was Mr. Miyamoto that designed the robots that are in this game.
あなんかねファミコンロボットみたいなのを鉛筆でシュッシュって書くと本当に紙にペラペラって書くとデザイナーがすごいのを作ってくれるんです
Yeah, they asked me to just draw quickly on the paper what I wanted, and I drew something that looked vaguely like the old NES Rob the Robot. And the next thing I knew, the designer said, just put it into the game.
っていうのはねちょっと忍者みたいでしょ
And the stealth robots we designed to look kind of like ninjas.
忍びってこう漢字で書いてある
You can see that it's like they've got the word shinobi, which is the name from ninja, on their arms.
Oh, so Shinobi is Japanese for
Trust your
ninja.
friends
I
that
didn't
you're
know that.
playing with, because if they want to mess you up, they can really mess you up when you're playing this game.
そうですよね。その周りにいる人たちに信頼感がないとなかなかうまくいか
そう
ないですよ
ですね
ね。
邪魔をする人がいると
邪魔をする人もいたら結構邪魔できますね。Yeah, because if people are lying, you're going to have a really hard time beating it.
Yeah, it's really hard. You can't, as one person, like keep track of all this when it's going on
Yeah.
for a
Control
difficult
chaos.
time.
You know, like kind of a
So,
fun
一人だけでも
party-esque game. Not party, like dancing or anything, but you know, like
できる
a gaming
ことが
party.
すごい難しい
Like,
ですね
okay, let's play this. It'd be kind of cool.
For a big
Yeah, so
robot that
that's
you
exactly the
kill,
point,
you
know,
take a
we
shot.
designed it so that you're trying to play on your own, but as you're having
And then
fun,
before you
your
know
mom
it, you
might
move on
walk
like a
by
big
and
robot.
and give you
I'm super excited. To,
And then you'll
I'm
be speaking
always
out
excited about seeing
bolts
new ways
and
that the
nuts
gamepad
all over the
is being
couch.
used. And you see even here,
I know it all too
on the
well.
floor, we have people shouting out at us, and people
Really?
are getting really invested
Well,
when you see the main screen.
I've been told that all
versus
too
what
well.
you see on the
Yeah,
screen. And
there you
I
go.
think that sort of participation
That's more
is
like
really, really
it. More
exciting.
like it.
まあそうですよね。そういうゲームパッドを使った
That's why I don't feel bad. I
遊びとしてはすごい
don't
充実してて
You feel bad, right?
So I don't feel bad. I don't remember it.
No, right. There's nothing bad to remember, so it's like, yeah, no, no skin off my conscience. I need to give a microphone to the people that are standing up too.
Yeah, so even if you're not
I don't
playing
think that
yourself,
the
it's
first
very
one wasn't
easy to
planned.
just join
I'm not
in
sure if this
and
guy was or
kind of
not.
cheer on.
But
ゲー
yeah.
ムに慣れてなくても参加できるんですけどもこのエディターもね
It would certainly help the English-speaking audience.
I
I mean,
作れるので、自分が作ったのを遊んでもらうし、彼が作ったのを僕が見たこと簡単にできますから、これも楽しいです。
And as I mentioned on the Wii U gamepad screen at the end of a match, you can see the pattern that the robots came out in.
Oh,
That
no.
pattern is
This
something
one
that
looks
you
cool,
can
though.
edit. So it's very
This
easy
has,
for you to take the Wii U gamepad
yeah.
screen and edit and create your own robot
Cool.
invasion patterns, and then you can hand that off to someone else.
I was
have them
showing
try
him
to
Ninja
play
Gaiden
to
3.
run the base against
I
the
got
robot
a Toys R
patterns,
Us for
the robot
$8.
invasion patterns that you created.
That is so
Cool game.
That's gonna get rough at the
That's gonna be
office.
really
I think.
Especially the definitive edition.
Painful.
That definitive edition
Give it another go.
fixes a few things that the old one needed.
あと
That's
ちょっと
good.
時間がありますけれども、もう一回やりますか。
もう一回チャレンジしますか。
もしくは何かあとは説明したいことがありますでしょうかね。
Okay, so what else are they showing?
Failure right now.
Zelda. It's failure right now. It's funny.
Nintendo
So I
failure.
lost, even though I designed the robot patterns, but we do have a unit out here on the
Nintendo
show floor.
Treehouse
So if
failure.
you're here watching the
Holding the Wii U
presentation,
gamepad.
it's right over
It's
there.
just so
You'll
symbolic.
go over and try out the hard mode and see if you can beat
Oh
it.
gosh, you really don't want to be in. Well, you know the beauty of this is I can always edit this stuff out, so
For me personally, this is very
you can trash like all you want. 'Cause that's gonna get cut on the
traditional
on the
game
country.
genre. You know, we
Alright.
like a mech fighter
Good enough.
essentially, and a high defense game.
Can't
here
help
that
it.
it's
It's
really
just
a
if
new
someone
way
took a
of,
screenshot of what
that
was
we haven't
posted
seen
there,
before. These type of games evolve.
the writing's
And
on
so
the
it's really
wall.
exciting as a gamer to be able to see that. まあゲーマーとしてこういう普段の
Somehow tell a guy to at least undo his top button if he's gonna wear
it.
また違う形で新しい遊びが生まれてくるっていうのが、まあ、ロボットは昔は格闘ゲームがあったんですけれども、これは随分違う形の格闘ができるっていう面白さがあって、
So we're playing Samurai Showdown?
プロジェクトガードはまあ
I want subtitles.
I know. Want another game? Man. It's like not to be mean or anything. It's kind of like okay, can we move on? I mean, I know it's the great Shigeru Miyamoto there and everything, but it's like okay.
なかなか処
They
理の時
kind
間
of
が
look
足
like
りなくて
indie
ちょっ
titles,
と完成しなかった
Yeah, they do.
which is cool, which is really cool.
Yeah, they do
I'm
look
glad
like
that
indie titles.
Miyamoto is
Yeah, so,
maybe more
we
flexing
actually
some creative
started work
muscles.
on Project Guard back during the N64 days.
But I want to see
We
more
had
of
a
what he's
project back then
known
that we were
for,
working on,
or
but
he
the
could be
N64
known. You know,
hardware
I hear
wasn't
new
powerful enough
IP.
to do what we wanted to do.
I don't
And so when
know
it
from
was,
this guy.
when
I
we
don't
had the Wii U
expect
gamepad and
giant
the power
robots
of Wii
clumsily
U,
moving
we
around.
brought back that old idea and we were able to
But
bring it to life on Wii U.
I doubt
in
that's
this
all
form.
he's been working on.
That's
で
awesome.
They did say he was
あの
working on Star
こ
Fox
れ
too,
よ
which
くゲー
is
ムを
pretty
ね
cool.
提出するときにジャンルを書けって言われるんですけども、ジャンルっ
You
て
should
ない
have
の
an
でニュ
image of
ージャン
something
ルって
show
書
a
いて
little,
てっていう話を
little
And of course, you know, when we're
At
doing
least-
E3,
trailer or
we're
something.
Or at least something
all
of
our
like barrels
materials,
rolling
we
down.
always have to think, well,
I
what's
don't
the, what's the genre for each game? And we looked at Project
Well, that's why
Guard
we have
and
Nintendo
said,
Directs,
well,
man. That's the beauty of Nintendo
there
Directs.
isn't
So
a genre for this,
Nintendo
so we just put the
Directs
genre
have
as
become
the
like the
genre.
mini E3s throughout the year. Huh? Everybody looks forward to them.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's so fun how different levels play each time
she was
depending on
there.
where you put the cameras. We messed around a fair bit in the office with just.
It's like, oh, there's a girl there too.
Suddenly, it's a very different experience.
Where's
You're trying
she,
to figure
man?
out, like, okay, your camera's
Well,
gonna be far out on the periphery. Are you gonna be guarding
I
the
think
first
it's a girl,
defense, or
man.
are you pulling everybody back in, or kind of scattering it around? But
She-
you really have to think about those
yeah.
angles when you're playing.
Not very
あとは
well
面白い
done.
のが同じ迷路を何回も何回も遊ん
There's
で
a
も
red,
毎回ね
black line right there. I'm assuming there's more than just a
遊
shadow.
び方が変わってくるっていう
She
のが
has
結
to
構面
accentuate
面白さがあっ
that
て
because
同じロボットのパターンでもキャメラの最初の位置が変わるとまた面白さが出るっていうのが
そうですね
いいですね。
なんか8ビットの頃のゲームってもうちょっとしかないのでみんなでいろんな遊び方をするのが楽しかったですよね。
How old is
で
Miyamoto?
今こんだけ技術が進んで
60
綺麗なものが作れてもやっぱりその
Oh,
密
yeah,
度を濃く遊ぶっていうのも一つ
Looks good
興味
For 60 something, yes.
So yeah, back in the, what's interesting is back in the NES days, the games were very simple, and so people found a lot of different ways to play in those same games over and over again. And that's something that I'm particularly interested in, so that even when the hardware has gotten much more powerful, I still like the idea of people being able to go into a game and get to find a lot of depth to it and replay the game over and over again, even with something that has a relatively simple structure like this.
I think that's something that people have always appreciated about the sort of Nintendo genre. If we're talking genres, like honestly, there always seems to be an essence of key simplicity that people always, when you relive it every time, it can be new, it can be enlivening every single time over and over, and that's something that's always been very, very special.
まあ、ジャンルでいうと任天堂っていうジャンルもあるんじゃないかと思ってそういう遊びやすさがすごいシンプルで奥深さがものすごいあって、何回も何回も繰り返して遊ぶっていうのがやっぱりそれがまあ任天堂らしさっていうのがありますよね。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
こういう遊びをね、これおそらくインターネットにつないで何をしていくか、だから多分オリジナルのロボットをさっきのジャイアントロボットもそうなんですけど、オリジナルのパーツとか、だから僕はもうこのロボットに自分でいろんなデカールを貼ってみたいんですけどそれデカールを集めて自分のすごい嫌がられるロボットを作るとか、そういうふうにすごいシンプルなゲームなんですけど、みんなでそれを遊び込んでいくっていうことをやりたいなと思っています。
So yeah, if we were to take this game and use the internet to try to build on the gameplay, there's a lot of different ideas we have. We could do things like we're doing with Giant Robot, where you're able to customize your robot parts so that the robots that are invading are ones that you've customized, or maybe if what you wanted to do was put decals or stickers on your robots, maybe kind of change the design and make them look a little bit scarier, you could do that. I think there's a lot of different ways that we could take this game and expand on the basic idea by taking advantage of the internet and network gameplay.
Sure, sure.
So I've got to ask, since folks are going to be able to play these games on the show floor, is there any advice you'll give them as far as strategy, anything that you tend to do as you're playing these games that might help out the folks who are trying it for the first time?
まあ今回 E3 の会場でこの2つのゲーム触れる機会がありますけれども、特別にこういう戦略性のヒントとか成功するには何をすればいいかっていう何か一言はお願いできますでしょうか。
No way. Where's he at? He's like, nope.
Yeah, that was funny. I don't know why, but yeah.
You know, I think what's key for Project Guard is really recruiting the folks around you to help out, and because it's really hard to look at all 12 screens at once, plus the Wii U gamepad screen. So you'll want to recruit the people around you to join in and help you play through the game.
You need people you trust.
That's right.
Pushing family-focused gameplay? I don't have a family.
Well, that is not my problem.
You know, Nintendo's gonna make those. They should come with like a family bundle.
Like Reggie said, that's not my problem.
And then if you want a quick control tip, what you can do is when you switch to a camera on the gamepad screen, if you swipe your finger across the camera as you tap on it to bring it up to the middle view, you'll quickly switch the angle. So if you pay attention to when you're switching to a camera and you swipe that finger or that stylus to change the angle, it'll make it actually a lot quicker than trying to just choose the camera and then choose the aiming and then shoot. It'll make it much simpler for you to take out the robots if you do it that way.
Excellent. Well, there we got some pro tips for you, so be sure to check out these projects. They're both in the
So that's what
booth
he
here
sees on the
today.
bottom screen. He doesn't actually see those cameras.
Okay.
He sees the maze and then icons showing the different
リ
cameras.
ビングにテレビを置いてて、そこにテレビゲームがついてる。これは家族みんなでリビングでみんなで楽しめるのがいいなと思うんですね。それがこの Wii U の大きな特徴かと思います。
So what I think is the biggest kind of unique factor of the Wii U system is that it really is designed to be connected to the TV in the living room and to be something that's fun both for the player who's playing the game to enjoy the games on, but also fun for people who are in the living room with them to be able to sit back and watch and participate lightly in the gameplay as well.
で、今年またね Wii U いろんなタイトル出てきますから、それを遊ぶのと一緒にリビン
If
グで
that's the entire game, though,
YouTube を見るとか、
that feels like it'd be
Netflix を見る
great
とか、
for
これ
like
も
Nintendo
使い始めるとものすごく便利なシステムなんで、
Plaza or
いよいよ
Planet?
が
Yeah, Nintendo
テレビに
Land.
ついてると
Yeah, Nintendo Land.
便
Maybe
利
a
だ
cool
なと
game
思
for
ってもら
that.
えるように揃ったと思います。
Well, that's the
And
thing
then,
with
of
tower
course,
defense
we've got a
games.
number of great
Tower
games
defense
coming out
games are
for
rather
Wii U this year.
monotonous.
But in addition to that,
You know,
when
I'm
you've
sure
got your Wii U
I'm sure it's
connected to your
not just
TV in the
one
living room, you're
maze.
gonna
I'm
find
sure it has
very
different
quickly that it's great
mazes
to use for controlling your
and
TV.
different difficulty
It's
levels.
great
I
to
mean,
use
it's a
for
tower defense
watching
game. You
Netflix
don't get
or
much
YouTube on your
gameplay
TV as
depth
well.
out of a
And
tower
I think everyone's
defense
going to
game
find as they start playing games and
beyond
using
the
Wii U more
area
and more in the
you're
living
kind
room,
of just
that it really
strategic,
is the best
Yeah,
device
I
to
guess
have
so,
connected
yeah.
to your
It's like a
TV.
puzzle game. Yes, it is a puzzle game.
It's a strategy game.
I think that's something folks are going to find as they're on the show floor here, trying out the games. The more you can recruit the folks around you to help, the better the experience is going to be. Because I think you can say that of a lot of the games that we brought here this year is that they really benefit from that social experience.
Sorry, I like
Having
playing
that
games
support.
alone.
そう
That's
です
why I
ね、
play
そう
Call of
いう
Duty
周りにい
multiplayer.
る人たちの協力の面で、いろんな会場にあるソフトはそういう そういうところがあるんで、
はい
結構面白いですね。
はい
It all things about the people around you just as much as the players. I think it's something we've
プレイヤー
always
だけじゃなくて周りにいる人も重要ですね。
はい
楽しいですね。
みんなで使える機会にしてください、
はい。あと最後のスターフォックスの一言は何か言いますか？
何か言いましたっけ
何か言いますかって。
スターフォックスについて、そういうスターフォックス順調に制作が進んだので、またこれから順番に皆さんに報告していきたいと思います、まあ、1年ぐらいで届けられる準備が揃ってますので、楽しみにしてください。
And just one final quick point on Star Fox. We have gone into full development and it's progressing well. We're going to be showing it to everybody as soon as we feel it's totally ready, but we're planning on completing it within about a year from now. So I hope everyone will be looking forward to Star Fox on Wii U.
I think that's a yes.
Yes. Can safely say
Tell
we're
us
So
again.
next year we'll get Zelda and Star Fox.
Well, thank you so much for coming by.
Yes,
This is
has been
fantastic.
fantastic,
Domo
and getting a
arigatou
closer
gozaimashita.
look at these games has been wonderful. So please stay with us. Coming up next, we're going to have an exclusive look at Xenoblade Chronicles X. So you definitely want to stay by. Just be a few seconds, and then we'll be right back. See you soon.
Chronicle X, what are they? Okay, so your thoughts on this, Megan's?
Thank you so much.
That's it.
That's it. It wasn't that bad. I mean, they're different little concepts, which is fun. It's nice. Like you said, they feel like there will be something out of
That's what they seemed like to
Nintendo
me,
Land.
like concepts.
But it's it's just concepts of different games and the potential that it could have. That's what Nintendo Land was. It was a concept of what full-fledged games could be like if they were properly developed.
And that's kind of cool. I feel like maybe Nintendo Land 2, I could see those two titles, Giant Robot and Project Card, kind of in something like that. I could see that being a more valuable proposition, as a purchase-wise. A few more games like that. A very kind of cool concept. I can't see, again, $30, $60 for just what we were shown here
No,
today.
they won't. I mean, if it will be like Nintendo, the what's it called, sports club. They were $10 a piece,
Oh, yeah, okay.
or maybe even $20 a piece. Depends. The whole Luigi Super U, that was a full-fledged game. Basically, it was an add-on, and it was only $20. So they'll price it accordingly. But anyway, we gotta keep going so we can get to the next video. Again, this was Jemmy along with
MegaManDust.
bringing you E3, and we'll see you in a little while.